All right. Well, Noel, thank you so much for joining me here on The Plain Truth. I know you pretty much had one of the most exciting off seasons, if we can call it that, with the birth of your son, Grayson. So I think first things first, can you tell me a little bit about what this has been like, being a new dad, how much you've been enjoying it?
Yeah, it's been an unbelievable experience, and just watching him grow each day. He learns something new, and it's been just awesome to see. And now he's aware, grabbing things, and just watching him giggle and smile is it's unbelievable.
I know I've been kind of following along with you and your wife Kate on social media, and it's safe to say you've got some pretty great content. One of my favorites was the pumpkin patch with the
Uh,
pumpkin. Can you tell me a little bit about getting to take him to? I mean, you're getting to do all of these cool firsts, and these are things that normally you wouldn't have gotten to be a part of because it would have been,
exactly.
October, the hockey season. What's it been like getting to do these things, have these fun moments, and these firsts with him?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously you want to get back and play, but with this time, that you usually don't have, being able to go apple picking or the pumpkin patch, or we were in New England and it snowed for the first time this year, and he was there for that, so it was really cool for that. And but then it got a little too cold for me, and I was like, okay, it's time to come back down to Florida. And
You've gotten that Florida blood in your system.
exactly, it didn't take long for that to happen. But no, and all the first that, like you said, you don't get to usually do, and in a off season we were able to. And just watching him grow and experience those things were a lot of fun. He may not have been happy with some of the outfits he was wearing, but I guess that's the thing for the parents right now.
Exactly. And I think a big popular one, and I snapped a photo of this that we'll be able to share, is you guys had matching suits.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Photos. Tell me about that because that was awesome.
Yeah, so when I had my suit, this suit I was going to wear for weddings this summer, before I knew any of this was going to happen, I I knew Grayson was going to be born in July at some point. And so I was like, it'd be cool to, have matching suits with him at the wedding. And
Yeah.
just, he was starting to grow out of it, so I wanted to make sure we took advantage of and got some pictures. So when we did our fall, like, family pictures, I made sure that we both brought our suits and were able to get in them.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was absolutely one of the best pictures that I've seen in a long time. He looked pretty good. He's
Yeah,
gonna
he's
be a
a
good kid. So I know another part of your family that everyone was really, really just infatuated with before Grayson was born was Thor. So how
Mhm.
is he adjusting to life as a big brother?
He's a little more tired now. He's actually right here with me, hanging
Oh,
out.
Thor.
Hi, buddy. But he went from being the number one child to taking a back seat. So he's a little jealous, but he's been awesome with Grayson. It's funny now. He goes over and licks his hands, and then all you see is Grayson start to smile, and then Grayson starts reaching for him. And I think Thor's starting to come around and realizing that he's not number one, but he he's been doing really well with him, and we have some great pictures of them together. And it's cool to see.
He seems very attached to him. It's really been cute to watch it on social. So, well, now you're back in Florida. Couldn't stand the cold, so you're back here. So, how has it
Mhm.
been? Kind of adjusting to life back here, kind of getting back into your old routine. And have you been able to kind of enjoy maybe a little bit of time at the beach with Grayson as well? Because he's gotten the snow. Now he's getting spoiled in the sand.
Exactly. Yeah. We took the first week or so to kind of settle in, get everything back to where we wanted at our house, and and getting back to the rink for me and getting workouts and skates in. It felt good just to get back with the guys that are here, and the training staff. It's been good, and to be back in the routine, like you said, is fun, and makes you feel like the season's coming a lot quicker than just because you're around all these guys now, and it feels a little more normal, especially this time of year.
Absolutely. And speaking of this time of year, normally it's November, you guys are in games and we're all talking about the mustaches. And I see that you are participating in Movember. Got a nice little was a little bit of
Yeah,
a bar going.
yeah, this is the best I got. I haven't shaved. I don't really grow that much that much facial hair, so I'm trying as hard as I can over here with it.
No, it looks great. I noticed, so you had a friend who passed when you were at Providence, and you've been
Yes.
pretty vocal on social media about, supporting him and supporting that cause, and just raising awareness. You actually named your son, I think his middle name is Drew, for him. Could you
Yeah.
just talk a bit about his story and why you guys chose that, and how you've been kind of, vocal about supporting him and the cause?
Yeah, definitely. So I actually went to prep school with him. We roomed together for 2 years, our 2 years at prep school. Then we both went to Providence College,
Yeah.
and we were roommates there. And then junior year, he went to hit someone and just kind of collapsed, and he couldn't put any weight on his leg, and kind of did all the tests, thought it was a bone bruise, and kind of long story short, he came back and the doctor and the coach pulled him in the locker room about a week later and said, we got the results of the test. And it was a tumor that kind of fast forward and just kind of popped like out a bit. So they were able to catch it. And it was Ewing sarcoma was the cancer, and which is a rare bone cancer. And so he left our junior year and went back home to Michigan to do all his testing, all his chemotherapy, and then that was the year, our senior year, we had won the national championship for Providence, and we kind of had him as our backbone. He was just that's what we were pushing for, and he was able to come to the Final Four and be there with us, and that following year he was clear, and they had surgery, they cut the cancer out, cut a piece of his femur out, and at that point they had cleared him. And then kind of had little issues the next year, kind of went back to the doctors, and just something wasn't right. And then it ended up spreading. They didn't cut all of it out, and ended up spreading to his lungs, and it kind of just took a turn for the worst. And he had passed away on November 11th. And so that's why, Hockey Fights Cancer in November is very important to me. And I know there's a couple other guys that he had played with around the league, and special to them. Yeah. But and it's significant, my son's name Drew, because Drew's hockey number was number 7, and Grayson Drew was born 7/7/2020. So it's just kind of crazy how things happen like that, and just special. And I'm gonna tell Grayson why his middle name is why it is, and and we lost a good friend through the battle, and but he'll always be remembered.
That's a wonderful story. Thank you. I really appreciate you sharing that with me. And it's just a pretty incredible way to honor him. I had no idea the correlation with 7. That truly speaks to some type of a higher power. So I really appreciate you sharing that. And I'm sure, Grayson is really going to love to be able to hear that story. It's great that you are able to advocate for cancer, and for this, use your platform. So I really appreciate you sharing that. That's all I've got for you, Noel. I really, really appreciate you taking the time. We are so happy to have you back in Florida, and we can't wait to see you guys getting closer to the season starting, and we can't wait to see Grayson at the game in some jersey. So
absolutely, maybe in a suit too.
Yes,
we'll have a matching suit.
Thanks so much, Noel.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.